Hello, my name is Josh Bartlett. I'm a captain with the Colorado Springs Fire Department.
My name's Carrie, and I'm a lieutenant with the Colorado Springs Police Department.
Today we're going to have a talk about the topics of evacuations and the notifications to prepare you for that evacuation. The first thing we'd like you to do is to go on to csready.org.
This website is an interesting website that can provide you with a whole bunch of information about preparedness. It can provide you with a safety guide. It'll teach you how to build a kit so that you have a kit to take with you when you are evacuated. And it'll also help you and your family and your loved ones make a plan so that if you are evacuated, you know where to go.
So we ask that you have kind of a twofold plan. One is a plan of I have time to load and prepare, and then what I would call a load and go. Sometimes there's a little notification in severe weather or in fire where you may need to go quickly and load your kits that you've already prepared. I'd also ask that you have more than one way out. A lot of times we take the same path to and from our homes, but that path may be blocked or diverted into a different location of the way we want you to leave that location. And the third part would be have a meeting place pre-planned. Part of that would be having family members meet that maybe not be with us.
It is part of your plan to know where that meeting place needs to be. And as usual, you need another option in case that location is also within the restricted area. It's important that the planning takes place ahead of evacuation because you're going to be stressed and you're going to have a lot on your mind. That's why we ask you as part of your preparedness is to go over this information with people you care about and make sure that you agree on where to meet and how to communicate. For instance, if cell phones would go down, how would you locate one another? How would you find a location to meet?
I think also a good thing to talk about, Carrie, would be sometimes we have pets that are at home that we leave when we go to work. We also have sometimes children, teens and younger children that may be home after school when parents are not home. So part of that evacuation plan also, if we have to evacuate, would be how are we going to get those loved ones out? How are we going to get those pets taken care of?
Good point.
So next topic would be the longer you wait to evacuate, the more patience you're going to need.
And we smile about that, but it's very true that if you're one of the last people out on evacuation, you're going to be the last in line. You're going to be behind all the other traffic of people who are trying to leave an emergency area and get safe. You're going to be the last person to get resources, grocery stores, gasoline, water. There are going to be lines inside of those locations as well. Hotels and motels and other places that you can stay at may be full. So the longer that you wait to take action, the less time you're going to have to do the things that really matter to you, and the more irritation you're going to have. Lastly, when you plan ahead, you also help first responders. You make their jobs easier because they're not going to have to evacuate you. You've taken that choice on your own. And if we all work together, we're going to have a very smooth evacuation, and no one will get hurt in that process, and the public will be safe.
So the next part would be, how do I know I'm supposed to evacuate, which would be our notification systems. There's quite a few different resources that we can have. The first one we'd probably like to speak to is our own organizations, which would be the Colorado Springs Twitter information that comes from our public information officer at CSFDPIO. And we also have our own Facebook page at Colorado Springs Fire Department.
The police department also has a Twitter and Facebook page as well, and those handles are at CSPDPIO for Twitter. And for Facebook, it's just Colorado Springs Police Department governmental organization page.
So those will have a lot of information that could get pushed out quickly and maybe some delays, but then so many of us carry handheld devices anymore that we also have the opportunity to log on to the El Paso Teller 911 Authority at elpasoteller911.org.
Now, when you take time to sign up, you can sign up to 5 locations where you live, work, play. Maybe you have elderly parents. Maybe you have another work location, but you can actually tell El Paso County, El Paso Teller 911, each of those locations. And if something was alerted to that area or an emergency was occurring, then your phone number would be in the group that would be notified. And that, again, helps us as first responders to get that word out so that people can take action on their own.
The last would be app that we use called Everbridge. That is at everbridge.com/app.
Now, the Everbridge app is one of the applications that El Paso County Teller 911 also uses. But this is a really excellent piece of technology that allows us to pinpoint who really needs to be notified in case of emergency. So if we did have a fire, a flood, a police involved incident where we had to evacuate persons, then we can work with that application and only notify those people that it applies to, so that we're not evacuating people that are not required to do so. So as part of that notification, you're going to hear when it comes out whether or not we're in pre-evacuation mode, we're in voluntary evacuation, or we're under mandatory evacuation. And it's important to understand what those three tiers really are. So for the pre-evacuation, we've already talked about that at the beginning of our video here, that you need to be prepared. That's what pre-evacuation is. You need to be always ready to go. There are kits and information that we have in some other videos and that you can get at csready.org. The second one is the voluntary evacuation, and this is a point where the police department, in coordination with the fire department, our emergency communications center, and any other source of good information, we're compiling all of that, and for public safety, we believe that we need to get people moving, that we need people to start evacuating. So if you find that you're one of those people, maybe you have some access and functional needs, maybe you just need a little more time to get out of your place of business or home or communicate with family, that's the time you need to leave. Don't wait for the mandatory evacuation. When we get to that next tier with the mandatory evacuation, it's extremely important to understand that now we've said basically that you are in danger if you remain where you are. And again, we don't want you to be last in line. So don't wait for mandatory evacuation, but when you hear it, we need you to act. The police department would appreciate it, the fire department would appreciate it, because our resources are going to be very heavily tapped and overused at that point, and there could be danger to our first responders who may be coming door to door to help you evacuate. So anything you want to add to that, Josh?
No, I think the most important thing is, as Carrie would say, is try to evacuate early instead of waiting longer. It is our honor to serve, and life safety is our #1 priority, but we hope that we can get all the folks out safely so we can go and take charge of the incident that's happening at the time.
So to kind of wrap this up, it's really important that you do know where notifications come from, that you go and you sign up with our El Paso Teller 911, that you know what our social media locations are, even if you just put them as a favorite. You don't necessarily have to be on there all the time, but know that's where we're going to put out this information. We may use other facets, like Nextdoor is another social media platform that we use, and radio, television. All of our supporting agencies will also have potential updates on their website. So stay informed, be prepared, and take action when the time comes. That's about it.
That's it.
All right. Glad to have us.
Thanks. Have a great day.